guys, it's me again, Gcinile Ndlovu. Today I'm back with a story time. Yes, I'm back with a story time. I'll be sharing my experience with you guys. So I failed grade 11. Many of you do not know, I'm sure. I failed grade 11 in 2017. I think that with my story and how I actually overcame failing grade 11, someone out there needs to hear it and they can actually learn a thing or two from it. Okay? So grab a drink. You have no excuse now. Shop's not open. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You have no excuse now. So grab a drink or chips or whatever, because it's about to go down. Story begins. So back in 2017, I was in grade 11.1. I was in grade 11.1 and at Harvest High School. Yeah, it's a private school. So I actually used to fool around. I used to fool around a lot. I didn't really care about my schoolwork. Sorry, I didn't really care about it. I didn't do my homework. I was the type that would copy your homework from people, and when you copy, you obviously learn nothing from it. So that's another thing that I would advise people to not do. Don't copy homework. Rather try at home, and then when you see that you fail, just ask your teacher the following day. Teacher, I don't understand. Please help me with this and this and that. You actually learn a lot from that. So I was that girl, like I don't do homework. And mind you, grade 11, grade 10, gang passe, so I almost failed grade 10 as well. So I was like, I made it through. So it is what it is. They did tell me that grade 11 is actually very hard, and I can testify today. Like, I can vouch for that today. Grade 11 is harder than matric, guys. Yeah. So, grade 10, passing grade 11, I failed. Term 1, grade 11, grade 11.1. Term 1, grade 11, guys, I passed. But I just passed with J. When you just pass just to pass. So yes, I passed. And then term 2, which was the June exams, I failed. Yes, I failed. That was actually supposed to be my wake-up call. Come to think of it now, that was supposed to be my wake-up call, but I was like, I'll try again next term. So next term being term 3. Term 3, guys, is always easy. Term 3 is basically like the easiest term, and I work well under pressure. So I was like, what, term 3, I'm obviously like will pass. Did I pass? I didn't pass. I didn't pass term 3. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I didn't pass. I failed term 3 as well. Yes. The easy term, I failed term 3 as well. So when I failed term 3, I was like, ain't no way, I cannot fail term 4 as well. So I started picking up my socks. Mind you, it was already the final exams, grade 11. So I think it was just tad too late. So the main subjects that I was actually struggling with were accounting and maths. So accounting wasn't that bad for me because it was just around 30%, But mind you, 25% is term 1, term 2, term 3. So I already failed 2 terms and only passed 1 term. So I had to do my level best to get term 4. I wrote the exams, accounting and maths paper 1, paper 2. And after the exams, I just knew, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. I am not going to matric. So guys, I kept the faith though. Regardless, I kept the faith, and I was like, what, there's still a possibility that I just might go to matric. So I was the girl that used to like get 30, 40, and I'd be happy with that because 30% is the pass mark most, And mind you, I come from a family where academics are very important. But they were very supportive, and they thought that maybe Thobeka will pick up. And Nami, I would convince them, like, no, guys, things will pick up, I'll do better. None. I was just slacking. I didn't budge. I didn't do my schoolwork. I didn't study. I don't know what I was expecting, honestly. But it happened. So after exams, guys, after exams, like when you after the last paper, basically you go out and celebrate with your friends. Maybe you go out for lunch, because good most like some even go and drink, But that day I was like, I'm going home. I'm going straight home. I'm not doing any lunch. I'm just going home because I just knew, hey, no way, I failed. So I came home. When I got home, my grandma was like, hey bo, Thobeka, why you wear early? And I'm like, like I feel like I failed, Gogo. And I explained to my grandma why I think that I failed. She was very understanding, but she also didn't believe it because she knows that I'm very smart. I'm not bragging or anything, but guys, I am smart. And I do work hard, but I'm very lazy. And I know that there are many people out there who are very smart. They're intelligent, they are hard workers. If they want something, they're going to get it. But the problem is they sleep on themselves. They sleep on themselves. They basically don't realize how much potential they have. And that was the main thing that led me to failing grade 11, because I didn't realize how much power I actually had. I had so much control over the situation. I was the one who could actually determine whether I pass or fail grade 11, but because I slept on myself, I failed grade 11. So, guys, after 2 weeks, so I kept convincing my grandma, 2 weeks while I'm at home waiting for my reports, grandma, please just start accepting that I failed grade 11, My grandma knows me. She knows me very well. And she was like, hey, no way you're failing grade 11 because you work hard, I would sleep at 11, 12, and my grandma would obviously think that I'm studying, but I wasn't. I was actually on the phone. I was chatting on WhatsApp, on Facebook, like I wasn't that interested in Instagram back then, but social networks were the one, and I think, yeah, I had a boyfriend then. So sasibhizi no pay, guys. Sasibhizi no pay. Ngang no pay, basically. Ngang no pay. Yikes. The 2 weeks, I had to go and fetch my reports. So on that day, I didn't even want to go fetch my report because I already knew what I expected. Mind you, the day before, a friend of mine was just scheming like on a group chat. So mama can be seven school. So guys, mama mundi iitshomi zam zi-safe, zipasile. So I'm like, hayi bo, ndiyitshomi yakhe nami mos zitsho ukuthi ndipasile, ndathi utatele ubhig kancinci. I was lol, I was a clown, I was boo-boo the fool. Ndaqonda uba ndiyigeli yakhe showcase sizawuphuma i-30% kwi-maths, 30% kwi-accounting, ndiphase ndiyeka matric, matric 2018. But God had other plans for me. Sometimes when you're going through something, you're just like, God has other plans for me. Yeah, God had other plans for me. So I started believing, it's okay, maybe, just maybe, ngipasile, So the day came, report day came. On WhatsApp, my friends are like, yo, Metro 2018. All my friends were like, hey, ichom zam zipasile, showcase nami. But deep down, I still had that thing. You would say, what if? Because guys, you know what you write. You just know about you fail and it doesn't change. What you write doesn't change, So I went to school. My friends had passed, so I had to go fetch my reports. And mind you, I already arrived late. So almost everyone has gotten their reports. So I go to the office. As soon as I enter, the teacher's like, ish. That's when I knew it jumped. Ihopide. Location engine. But I kept the faith. Whom's the my? Yes, I'm the granddaughter of a prayer wood. Guys, I took my report card. Ish. I just saw 2 red circles and I was like, that's it, I failed. Manje bengibahudula abo red circle since term 2 bengibahudula nje. And somehow I thought that term 4 I'm going to fail. I'm going to pass, sorry. Term 4 I'm going to pass. Kaloku term 4 is like 75%. It counts like 75%. I just took my report card. I saw 2 circles as red, ngavala, and I left the room. So as I leave the office, I bump into my other teacher, and he's like, so tell report. I'm like, and it's like, so long. I'm like, oh shit, damn. They all know. Like, what did I expect? Because in second again, and they were like, so obviously they know, and they're just waiting for my reaction. So I was numb. I didn't have feelings. I didn't have emotion. I couldn't show how I actually felt. I was so sad. And at some point I felt like the ground that I was walking on was not, like planet Earth. I was like, but I'm dreaming, and actually I could pinch myself like, are you sure this is you, girl? And then guys, I actually got to the bathroom and I'm like, wait a minute, let me take this report card and actually look at it again and see if it is my name and is this my ID number. So I open it again, and indeed guys, Gcinile, Thobeka, Ndlovu. Ain't no way, ain't no fucking way. Yo, I'm like, yo, guys, what am I gonna say at home? This is a private school. They like transport fees. Yeah, I just thought of everything. And then they go, guys. But I kept the faith. So me and my two friends, we left. So we went downtown. Basically, downtown, we celebrate, go past with your sale and everything. But that day, I just couldn't. I was so upset. I was just so upset. I didn't believe it. I was basically in denial. So it was really hard for me to actually like be happy, because deep down I knew how I was feeling, and I couldn't show emotion. So we got to town, my friends and I was actually part of Ischeme school. I think we were like 10 or 11, I don't know how I thought that would work out. But anyways, yes, I was part of Ischeme school. So we all decided by now, okay, let's go to Nando's and have lunch. And then obviously they had other plans for afterwards. So we went to Nando's. My grandma had given me money. Just in case, just go and spoil yourself. So I was like, okay, sadla. And I was just so happy that people knew, but I couldn't let what I was feeling to ruin the moment. In as much as I was sad and upset, I couldn't allow it to ruin the moment. So I fought the nature of me. And they started talking about matric, and I was very happy for them. God knows in heaven I was happy for them. And what excited me the most was the fact that they're going to matric, and now I'm going to be able to help them like plan for their dresses, help them out on their special night, and maybe have like a girls' night, whatever. That didn't happen, by the way. But anyways, Angi collab. So guys, after Nando's, they had other plans. So I was like, no, I think I need to go home. So while at it, my grandma calls. Moment of truth. I had to speak the truth. My grandmother calls and she's like, and I'm like, and she's like, what do you mean and I'm like, and she's like, yo, ukuphi? And I'm like, I'm in town, I'm just about to go home. And then she's like, okay, ngikulindileke. So then I was like, after hearing my grandmother's voice, I was like, this is why I really need to be around. I need to be at home. I need to feel the love, because I actually felt so unwanted, and I felt disgusted by myself. I was a disappointment. Basically, I officially gave myself the label Gutsi. I'm a disappointment to my family, a disappointment in Pagatini. I'm a disappointment to the teachers that expected so much from me all this time. If you come from a black household, you know what I'm talking about. You will be called names. You will be called many names. You will also give yourself a name, like a title. I'm a failure, I'm this and that. What I'm going to say is that don't allow that to ever define you. That was my biggest mistake, because after that incident of failing, I fell into depression. That's when my depression problem started. And I would give myself labels. I'm a failure, I'm a disappointment, I'm this, I'm that. And I really struggled after that. My whole December was just miserable. My birthday is in December, by the way. And that was the worst birthday. It was the worst birthday because I felt so unloved. And I guess my family wasn't aware of it, but it was just the worst, And I'm grateful that the family members that I was with at that time, they ensured that there's no space for, feeling alone. Every day they would ensure that I'm okay. They would keep me on my feet, basically. And everything that we would do it together, So I'm grateful for that, because they were able to help me get out of that dark place. I sometimes still do struggle. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I still do struggle a lot, but I pray my way out of it. Prayer doesn't always help. I'm sorry to say, prayer doesn't always help. Let's be realistic. Prayer doesn't always help. Sometimes you just need someone to listen to you. You need to talk to someone and actually vent, you know. And I think talking to my sister, it actually helped me, even though sometimes I wouldn't exactly put it out there what it was that I was thinking, what I was feeling, because I didn't want to give her that burden, you know. And many people supported me in my journey, and they showed me endless support. Some family members obviously were really, really, really disappointed in me, because it is a private school and a lot of money is obviously spent there. But I promised myself that I never want to see myself in that situation again. I was suicidal. My grandmother would basically check me every 2 hours in my room, because she was afraid that I might do something to harm myself, and I was a danger to myself as well. So being in a dark place, if you know someone who's in a dark place, or if you yourself are in a dark place, what I can say is that look at the bright side. If you have failed in something, look at the bright side. You get to try again. You get to be better. You get to do better. You get to choose a different option. You get to have, you know, a second chance, and not many people get to have second chances, you know. I know that if I did pass grade 11.1, I was not going to pass my matric the way that I did pass it, you know. And I'm grateful to God that with that challenge, I learned consistency, I learned patience, and I learned to be honest with myself and my feelings, and things that I did not want, I didn't even have to deal with them, you know. I got to choose my friends wisely, and I got to choose who I keep around myself, you know. And unfortunately, the friends that I had at that time, we're no longer close. It's life. We grow up and we're no longer close. And if I were to bump into them today, there are no hard feelings whatsoever, because the support that they showed me in 2018, it did a lot for me at that time, you know. When you feel loved and you get the support from your friends, from those few friends, not all of them, you actually get to be yourself, you know. And if you feel like breaking down, you just break down and you be yourself, you know. And I'm forever grateful to them that they gave me support when I needed it the most. And I did my level best in grade 11.2 in 2018. I did my level best. I ensured that I passed, and I do my best. And I was proud of myself. Most importantly, I made myself proud and my family proud. And I think that is all that matters. If at the end of the day you can say that I gave it my best and I am proud of it, that is all that matters. My advice is that if you fail in life, don't give up. Don't give up. Some of us, I don't know what they say in isiZulu, but abanye bethu asidalelwanga ukuthi impumelelo yethu iqhamuke esikoleni. And that is partially true. That is true. Not all of us are going to succeed academically. Not all of us are going to get good jobs or imisebenzi yama-degree esawafundela. Not that I have a degree in English, but I'm just saying it's life. You know, some of us were meant to be business minded people, and that's okay. As long as you do what you're comfortable with, nothing can stop you. Be unstoppable. That fire, that burning fire that you have deep inside, use it. That business idea that you were thinking about, implement it. Do it. Start a business. Start right where you are. You don't need to have $100,000 to start the business. Start where you are. Start today. Even if you sell sweets, sell sweets. Do what you have to do to get to where you want to go. And I'm learning. I'm learning every day. I learn a new thing about myself every day. I learn that when you let go of the past, you are opening a new door, and you get to experience greater things, you know. And if I were to look back at the pain that I felt that December, I think I would be miserable, you know, because I was basically laughed at. My WhatsApp was booming, guys. At that time, my WhatsApp was booming. People were laughing at me. People would get texts like, "When I won't fail, you know." And those were people that I actually held very close to my heart. But I guess that was a moment of just realizing who really matters and who doesn't, you know. And I hope that you carry that with you wherever you go. Those people that supported you when you were down and out, don't forget them. Don't forget them. Always check up on your strong friends. You don't know what people are going through out here. So just remain kind always. And during this hard times of the quarantine, remain kind and check up on your friends. I think it's very hard to be in one place with your family when you're suffering from depression. It's very hard because sometimes your mood changes, sometimes you don't want to talk, sometimes you wake up zoned out and you don't know what happened. You just, you want different things basically. And especially if your family does not understand or they're not educated about depression, they won't necessarily understand, but you just need to be kind to yourself all the time. Be kind to yourself. You are worth it. You have always been worth it. Don't give up. I know that my story is not equivalent to a person who's struggling in varsity, a person who's repeating a whole year in varsity, a person who lost their job, a person who started a business and it didn't go as they had planned it would go. It's not equivalent to a person who is in a bad relationship, a toxic relationship. It's not equivalent to a person who's being abused every day. But what I'm saying is that when you take your power back, you have full control over the situation. You get to choose what you do with your life. It is your life. No one else can live it for you. You are who you are, and no one can take that away from you. That is your superpower. Whatever you decide to do, ensure that 5 years from now, you will be happy. You will thank yourself that you never gave up. So I hope that this finds someone out there who is thinking of giving up, that don't give up, guys. Don't compare yourself to Ontanga, because if I were to compare to myself with Ontanga Bam, they're doing greater things. But I don't even want to stress myself because Ontanga Bam are doing this and that, back over city doing a second year, third year, or whatever, And heck, I'm not even in varsity, So I don't even want to compare myself to them because lokho kuzobeka pressure that I do not need, So don't compare yourself. You are your own person, own race, own pace. Trust God's timing. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.